Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk about design process. What is design process and why it is important. I'm also going to discuss about my design process which I follow whenever I design something. So let's talk about what is design process. Design process is nothing but a series of steps or a step-by-step guide which designer follow whenever they are designing something. Whether you are designing an app or website or a logo, having a design process can ensure and it make a huge difference in the final product. Now let's understand why design process is important. Design process ensure that you are not skipping any step which is important to create a good quality of product, as well as you can understand that you are moving towards the goal when you follow a process. Now I'm going to discuss about what is my design process. Well, I like to explain this thing first or share this thing first, that design process are different. They need, for example, your design process need not to be same as mine. The design process totally depend on the project and the designer. When you are designing something, it is important for you to understand who are your user and what is the problem you are trying to solve. What is the problem that users are facing, then only you can come up with a solution to solve or to address that problem. The second step is research, which I follow. Research, there are several steps of research, I would say. Primary research, secondary research. Primary research includes quantitative research, taking surveys, qualitative research, taking interviews. And the secondary research is more about understanding the market and the competitor. You can also do the competitive analysis to understand your competitors better. And once you have gained, you have understood who are your user, what exactly your user want, and how you can exactly solve the problem, and how you can achieve the goal, and how you can deliver a good quality of final product, you will start ideating. This is my third process which I follow in the design process, is ideating. Basically brainstorming and coming up with a solution for the problem I'm trying to solve. In this step, I love to do sketching, because when you are doing wireframing, it's good that I am not suggesting anything for you to right now follow. This is something I follow. Sketching is something I really love because I have too many ideas after doing the research and understanding what is the problem, or that I need to let my ideas out, and the best way for me is that works for me, that is sketching. I can let my ideas out, and you do not have to invest too much amount of time when you are doing sketching. You can do as many iteration as possible. So that's why I really love sketching. Once the sketching is done, I go ahead and do the wireframing. And once the wireframing is done, I go ahead and create the visual design. So basically, visual design is the overall look, how your website is going to look, the user interface, basically that consists of the color, then typography, spacing, white space, and etc. That is the user interface which we are designing right now, how the product or the physical product or the digital product is going to look like. So once that is ready, I go ahead and do the next step, that is prototyping. So prototyping is overall functionality part of the design, how your design is going to function, and it is more like a physical product, physical digital product, you can say, and how it's going to function. It gives the idea to the user. So once the prototyping is ready, the next step I follow is testing. So you can go ahead and do the testing with for example, if you're doing a case study, you can go ahead and do the testing with your friends and the people whose interview you just took, or somebody who can be your potential user. You can do testing with those people to get the feedback and get the idea how is the overall user flow, and what is exactly the user are experiencing while they are interacting with your design you have just designed. So once you got the feedback and you have understood how the design, how the users are interacting with, and what they are feeling when they are interacting with your design, you can go ahead and do the iteration. So It happens sometimes that when you have done the testing, you might have to go ahead and do certain changes in your design. That is okay, because design is always ongoing process. No design is a perfect design, and design always need iteration. And even once the product is launched in the market, you are going to go ahead and take the feedback from the user and going to do the iteration on the existing design. So these are the process I follow. And once everything is testing is ready, I go ahead and create a design handoff. And so these are the steps I follow when I design something. And as I mentioned earlier, design is an ongoing process, and you have to do the iteration even after following all this process. So I hope you like this video, and let's stay connected, and I'll see you in the next one.